My dear students, welcome to my next lesson on haloalkanes and haloarenes. In this class, we are going to continue the objective portion. Let us move to the question number 81. A mixture of organic compounds on treatment with sodium metal in ether solution, isobutane was obtained as a product. The two chlorine compounds are. So here a mixture of two chloro compounds are taken. They are treated with sodium metal and it has given isobutane was obtained here. Isobutane was obtained as the product here. So what are the two compounds? Actually it is a Wurtz reaction. So let us check the chloride and it is treated with methyl chloride also. This is the mixture here. So what we are going to get here? This is the product. That is nothing but butane we are getting. We are not getting isobutane here. So Wurtz reaction, directly if you check, we are not getting so we have to get isobutane as the product. So we should get isobutane as the product here. So we should keep that in our mind. So option A is not correct here. Let us move to B, that is methyl chloride and ethyl chloride. That is methyl chloride and ethyl chloride C2H5Cl. What we are going to get? We are going to get here propane as the major product. Of course, if we take ethyl chloride in excess, we can get butane also. But here the major product is C2H5 and C. What we are going to get is so propane as the major product. Of course, butane is also possible and ethane is also possible as other products. So B is also not the correct option. Next one, CH3CHCl, that is isopropyl chloride is given here. 2 chloropropane, nothing but 2 chloropropane, and methyl chloride is given here. Methyl chloride, that is CH3Cl. What we are going to lose here? NaCl will be lost here, and what we are going to get? CH3CH. This is CH3, and here one CH3 is bonded here. Look here, this is a CH3. So already here we have 3 carbons here, and this is hydrogen here. So nothing but 2-methyl propane, isobutane. So we are getting isobutane as the product by treating with the mixture of isopropyl chloride. There is 2 chloropropane with methyl chloride. So this is the mixture of the product that we are getting here. Now let us go for the next question. That is question number 82. Which of the following is the example for SN1 reaction? So here some reactions are given. Which of the following is the example for SN1 reaction? That is what we need to find. So if you see here, CH3Br, so it is actually SN2 reaction. The question given is SN2 reaction, methyl bromide plus OH minus will give us CH3OH plus Br minus. Look here, this is methyl halides undergo readily SN2 reaction. We know that methyl, then primary alkyl halide, then secondary alkyl halide, then tertiary alkyl halide. This is the order of reactivity of different alkyl halide towards SN2 reaction. So here first option itself can undergo the SN2 reaction here. If you check here, remaining also, even if you see option 1, that one is the right option, because methyl bromide can undergo readily, methyl halides can readily undergo SN2 reaction. Now let us move to the next question, that is question number 83. We are moving to the question number 83. In this question, which of the following is most reactive towards nucleophilic substitution reactions? Which of the following is most reactive towards nucleophilic substitution? Some molecules are given, so which is most reactive, that is means which is highly reactive towards nucleophilic substitution. So here first one is vinyl chloride is given, CH2 double bond CHCl. This is option A given here. And second one is chlorobenzene, C6H5Cl. And third one is CH2 CH double bond, nothing but an allylic halide. So actually this is option D, this one is option D. What is option C is CH3 CH double bond CHCl. If you see all the structures here, we all know that nucleophilic substitution is readily undergone by the allyl halides. First comes allyl halides, then alkyl halides, then vinylic halides, then aryl halides. So aryl halides are least reactive. We know that the reason, because their CX bond is having a double bond character due to the resonance. So that is least reactive. And here highly reactive is allylic halide. So if you see here, see allylic halide, this is allylic halide. We know that in allyl halides, the halogen atom is attached to an sp3 hybridized carbon atom that is again bonded to a doubly bonded carbon, that is sp2 hybridized carbon. So that here among all of them, the allylic halide is the most reactive, and least of course is aryl halides for any nucleophilic substitution reactions. Now let us go for the next reaction, that is question number 85. When ethyl iodide and N-propyl iodide, so ethyl iodide and N-propyl iodide, this is ethyl iodide, and we have N-propyl iodide, CH3 CH2 CH2I, are allowed to react with sodium metal in ether. The number of alkanes that could be produced is, so it is if you see this reaction, nothing but Wurtz reaction. So this is a Wurtz reaction. So what are the product here? Already I told you that when the ethyl iodide and propyl iodide combine, they will give one alkane, that is C2H5, and this is CH2 CH3. If you expand it, it is CH3 CH2 CH2. So 3 plus 2, 5 carbons, it is pentane. Pentane is one alkane. Again these two ethyl iodides can combine to give C2H5 C2H5, nothing but butane. CH3 CH2 CH3, butane will be formed. These two are combined here, propane, propyl iodide, and again propyl iodide, it will give us hexane. So these two, by mixing these two, we get a pentane. Only these molecule, that is a propyl iodide, again combines with propyl iodide, we get hexane. And here ethyl iodide again react with ethyl iodide, we get butane. If two dissimilar alkanes are treated, possibility of getting 3 alkanes here, 3 types of alkanes here. So that what is the number of types of 3 alkanes? That is option is C. This is question number 84. Let us move to the question number 85. Isopropyl chloride undergoes hydrolysis by isopropyl chloride. This is isopropyl chloride undergoes hydrolysis by which mechanism? SN1 reaction, SN2 mechanism, SN1 and SN2, neither SN1 nor SN2. If you see this one, this is a secondary carbon. So this is a secondary alkyl halide. So we all know that secondary alkyl halides can undergo both substitution, nucleophilic substitution through SN1 mechanism and also SN2 mechanism. So that here both is possible. So what is the right option here? Option C is the right option. So tertiary alkyl halides undergo nucleophilic substitution by SN1 mechanism. Primary alkyl halides undergo by SN2 mechanism. Secondary alkyl halides can undergo either SN1 mechanism or by SN2 mechanism. So here it is a secondary alkyl halide, and so we can consider it through SN1 as well as SN2 mechanism. This is question number 85. Let us go for the next question, that is question number 86. The order of reactivity of alkyl halides towards elimination reaction is. So order of reactivity of alkyl halide, here elimination is taken. Elimination reaction, order of reactivity of alkyl halides. Different alkyl halides are given, their elimination reaction. So here if you see all the options here, first option, tertiary is greater than, secondary is greater than primary. Yes, itself is correct here. In elimination reaction, the order of reactivity of alkyl halides, tertiary alkyl halides greater than secondary alkyl halides greater than primary alkyl halides. Elimination means here this can undergo dehydrohalogenation in the presence of alcoholic KOH, for example. So that a tertiary is greater than, secondary is greater than primary for different alkyl halides. So here first option itself is the right option, that is tertiary is greater than, secondary is greater than primary. Now let us move to the next question, that is question number 87. Arrange the following the decreasing order of SN1 reaction. So here we have to write them in the decreasing order of SN1 reaction. So here what are given here? Propyl chloride is given. So I will write the options here. First molecule given is CH3, CH2Cl. This is first molecule. The second one given is CH2 double bond CHCl. That is a CH2Cl, in fact. CH2 double bond CH2Cl. And the third option given is CH3 CH2 CHCl CH3. So there are three molecules are given. If you see all of them here, so this is a allylic halide here, so that this is most reactive. So if you see only three molecules are given here, so that allylic halide is most reactive. Then it is secondary alkyl halide. So this is a secondary. You all know that tertiary is more reactive than secondary, is more reactive than primary towards a SN1 reaction. So this is secondary and this is primary here. If it is primary alkyl halide, and here it is a secondary, yes, secondary alkyl halide, and it is a allylic. Allylic is more reactive than secondary alkyl halide, is more reactive than primary alkyl halide for SN1 reaction. So that what is the right option? 2 is greater than, 3 is greater than 1. 2 is greater than, 3 is greater than 1. So 2 is greater than, 3 is greater than 1. That is option number C. C is the right option. Now let us go for the, so question number 87 is completed. 88. Let us move to the question number. Aryl halides are less reactive. We are going to question number 88. Aryl halides are less reactive towards nucleophilic substitution as compared to alkyl halide due to the presence of less stable carbonium ion, the formation of less stable carbonium ion. First option is. Second one is resonance stabilization. Third one is a longer carbon and halogen bond, and last one is inductive effect. Actually, aryl halides are lesser reactive. Any aryl halide is lesser reactive than alkyl halide. This is known to us. Why? If you take aryl halides, here the carbon and halogen bond has got a double bond nature. Why is you all know that these lone pairs can be transferred here and these electrons can be transferred, and so what will happen here, that X will become plus here and here negative charge will be transformed, so the double bond character will be developed. Anyway, here a resonance possibility is there in case of aryl halides. When resonance is there, their reactivity will become lesser. So right option is here due to the resonance stabilization. So the right option is a B, that is resonance stabilization. Now let us move to the next objective question. We are moving to question number 89. So please remember that always aryl halides are less reactive than alkyl halide due to resonance. Because of the resonance, the CX bond will get a dual bond character and its bond energy will be increased, and so it is difficult to break, and majorly it has a resonance stabilization. So due to resonance it will be less reactive. Now let us go for the next question, that is 89. Which chloro derivative of benzene among the following would undergo hydrolysis most readily with aqueous NaOH to furnish corresponding hydroxy derivative? So here certain compounds are given. If you see here, all are chlorine derivatives, but there are certain substituents. Here NO2 is present at 3 positions. What we have to find is which will readily give hydroxy derivative among the compounds, which will give the hydroxy derivative on hydrolysis with NaOH. Nothing but substitution here. This halogen has to be substituted. This is A, and the second molecule given is having only one NO2 group and Cl. This is B in the given options. Third one is also, all are halogen derivatives, but here nitrogen is having 2 methyl group, NCH3 taken twice you can write. And last one is chlorobenzene, C6H5Cl. Now what we have to find, which will readily undergo hydrolysis? We all know that the presence of the ring deactivating group will easily make the substitution here. So Cl can be easily replaced when ring deactivating or withdrawing groups are there. So among all, A has more number of deactivating group, that is NO2. Here also we have deactivating group. Methyl group is not directly bonded here. Of course, NCH3, it is ring activating group here. But which is more deactivating here? A, because 3 nitro groups are there. So that will be easily undergo to give hydro. If you hydrolyze it with NaOH, easily the OH group will be replacing Cl. So that A is most reactive here in the given options. Let us move to the question number 90. Which of the following is a free radical substitution reaction? Here certain reactions are given. Which of the following is the free radical substitution? The first one is methyl benzene is taken here. Methyl benzene is taken, and here it is chlorinated and on heating. So what the product that we are getting is benzyl chloride, CH2Cl, benzyl chloride. Here itself is the free radical substitution. Why? because side chain substitution always occur through free radical mechanism. Free radical initiates the reaction, and here free radical will be the initiator, and here clearly it's a side chain substitution. Here one halogen, Cl radical is substituted for hydrogen radical. So what you can say, this itself is the free radical substitution. So A itself is the right options. Even if you want, you can check for the others. Next, which of the following reaction the products is in ether? So here some reaction is given. Which of the following reactions the product is an ether? So some reactions are given here. In which reaction we are going to get ether as the product? Ether. Let us see the reactions first. First reaction is, so what we have to get is an ether as the product here. The thing is, ether should be the product here. First one is benzene, C6H6 plus CH3COCl, and it is in the presence of anhydrous AlCl3. It's nothing but electrophilic substitution. What we are going to get here? It is C6H5COCH3. It's a ketone, so it is not the right option. It is nothing but acetylation of benzene. An acetyl group will be substituted here, electrophilic substitution. So A is not the correct option. Let us move to the B, that is chlorobenzene, C6H5Cl plus aqueous KOH. Aqueous KOH. Of course, under high pressure, what we are going to get here? We are going to get phenol. So this is not an ether again. So here in this reaction phenol is formed, so that it is also not an ether. Let us see the third option, benzene plus benzyl chloride, C6H6 plus C6H5COCl. It is again in the presence of anhydrous AlCl3, nothing but again an electrophilic substitution. So here this is a CO, C6H5. Again here a ketone. This is the electrophilic substitution on benzene. So this is also not an ether. Let us see the last one, that is ethyl chloride, C2H5Cl and C2H5ONA. Here actually in ether it is carried in the question. So clearly it is Williamson's ether synthesis, C2H5O, C2H5, ethoxyethane. So it is an ether first of all, so that in the last reaction we are going to get the ether, nothing but Williamson's synthesis. So option D is the right option. Now actually this equation is there in the preparation of ethos. In the other lesson also, it is one of the most important reactions. Now let us move to the next question. Arrange the following compounds decreasing order of their boiling points. Arrange the following in the decreasing order of their boiling points here. So here certain molecules are given, CH3, CH2, CH2Br, CH2Br. Next, this is the first molecule here. Second one given is CH3, CH3, CH3Br. This is the second molecule. And the third molecule is CH3, CH2, CH3Br. This is the third molecule given here. All are having here, if you check, all are having 4 carbons only. So we all know that boiling points decrease with the branching, because when the branches are there, if you take, these are all isomers. So when there is a branching, what will happen? The total surface area will be decreased, and so the van der Waals forces will be decreased. So more the surface area or more the van der Waals force, more is the boiling point. So definitely structure 1 has the higher boiling point than the structure 3 than structure 2. So the highest boiling point is possessed by structure 1. So let us see the option here. So option A itself is the correct one, that is 1 is greater than 3 is greater than 2. So I explained the reason also. So with the branching, more number of branches, lesser will be the boiling point among the isomeric compounds. Let us move to the next question. The compound that forms racemic mixture with aqueous KOH. So racemic mixture, we all know that in SN1 reaction, a mixture of racemization takes place where we get D and L forms. Equimolar mixture of D and L forms is called as a racemic mixture. In SN1 always racemization takes place. So in which reaction we are going to get the racemic mixture? So let us check here. 3,4-dimethyl 1-iodopentane. 3,4. Here it is a substitution reaction because the alkyl halides are treated with aqueous KOH. So that alkyl halide, the halide ion will be replaced by OH minus. Substitution reaction. Let us see. 3,4-dimethyl 1-iodopentane here. Pentane means that has 5 carbons. So what we have? 3,4-dimethyl. So this is third carbon and this is fourth carbon. 3,4-dimethyl 1-iodopentane. This is 1-iodopentane. So actually here, and if you treat with aqueous KOH, what we are going to get here? We are getting an alcohol here. Just I am writing the skeletal structure. So that means if you fill all the hydrogens here, so this is not optical, it do not have any chiral carbon here, so that clearly it won't be optically active. First of all, check the valencies here. So clearly the first option is not the right option. No optical active because no chiral carbon. Now let us go for the second option. What is the second option here? 2,3-dimethyl 3-iodopentane. 2,3-dimethyl 3-iodopentane. 2,3-dimethyl. Let us consider it as the first carbon. 2,3-dimethyl 3-iodo. So here iodine is there. Pentane. So if you fill the remaining ones here, it is CH2 and here CH3 and CH. Now if we treat with aqueous KOH, what will be happening here? We are going to get an alcohol here. What is that alcohol? CH3, CH, CH3, COH, CH3, CH2, CH3. If you observe here, it is a chiral carbon here. Definitely it will form a carbonium ion. You all know that SN1 mechanism is proceeded through the formation of carbonium ion. The formed carbonium ion will be attacked either from the front side or back side, giving rise to racemic mixture of D and L form. So here we have the asymmetric carbon, and so that it will give a racemic mixture. So option B is the right option here. So let us go for the next question, that is question number 94. Just we need to recall all the concepts that we have studied in theory to understand the objective part in a better way. Chlorobenzene on heating with NaOH. This is question number 94. Chlorobenzene on heating with NaOH at 300 degrees centigrade. So they are treating with NaOH and the temperature is 300 degrees centigrade. Under pressure gives. So what is the product? directly it's a direct reaction. Here OH will be substituted, we are getting only under pressure it occurs here, and NaCl will be formed, of course. What is the product here? Phenol. So in this reaction, what is the product? Phenol is the, so A itself is the right option. So option A, that is phenol. Now let us go for the next question. Chlorobenzene on heating with NaOH at 300 degrees centigrade gives phenol. However, the yield is poor because of side reaction producing. So here, same question here, same reaction. Here we get phenol, but in this reaction, the poor yield. Yield means the percentage of the product produced will be very less. Why it is so? Actually here, in this reaction, if you see, phenoxide will also be formed because it is chlorobenzene here. So even if phenol forms, that phenol can react with NaOH again. So here that will give a phenoxide, sodium phenate ion or phenoxide ion, sodium. And here already we have chlorobenzene. So already we have chlorobenzene here. So if these two reacts will be reacting, what they will get? They will get an ether. So simply we get ether as the product here. Very simply what we obtained here, ether is formed, NaCl is eliminated. So in this product what we are going to get, ether will be formed. So because of this side chain reaction, what is happening? The yield of phenol is becoming less. So what is the option? If you see the options here, option C is the right option. Now let us move to the next question. Which of the following undergoes a nucleophilic substitution exclusively by SN1 reaction? So here some molecules are given which will undergo through only SN1 reaction. So that is benzyl chloride. So I will write the structures so that we can understand that. So which will undergo only through SN1, exclusive SN1 mechanism. So first option given is benzyl chloride. Actually in benzyl chloride, the halogen is separated by sp3 carbon. So halogen is not directly attached to the benzene ring. Definitely it's a primary alkyl halide, but here due to that resonance is possible here in it. And second one is ethyl chloride is given. Third one is chlorobenzene, C6H5Cl is given. Fourth one isopropyl chloride, CH3, CHCl, CH3. If you see here clearly, benzyl chloride can undergo exclusively by SN1 mechanism. Yeah, because here, though it is a primary carbon here, what will happen here? A carbonium ion will be formed initially, because easily a carbonium ion will be formed here. When CCl bond is broken, CH2 plus will be formed, but it can be easily stabilized here, because if you see that CH2, this can acquire the double bonded electrons from this bond, so that this carbonium can be easily stabilized here. If you observe the remaining structures, it is not so easy here. So this is the most stable carbonium ion here. So SN1 proceeds through the formation of carbonium ion, but if benzyl chloride is undergoing through SN1 mechanism, relatively the carbonium ion formed will be easily stabilized because of the resonance, so that it is preferably it undergoes with only SN1 mechanism. So its preference is only to SN1 mechanism. Now let us go to next question. That is question number 92. Most reactive compound for electrophilic substitution is most reactive compound for electrophilic substitution. Here electrophilic substitution, which is most reactive. First one is benzyl chloride, what they had given is C6H5CH2Cl is given. Second one is benzoic acid, C6H5COOH, benzoic acid. And the third option they had given is nitrobenzene. Nitrobenzene means benzene ring that has a NO2 group. And the last option that we have is chlorobenzene, C6H5Cl. So what we need to decide here is, among all, electrophilic substitution will be easily occurred by. If you see all COOH, Cl, NO2, especially NO2 and COOH are ring deactivating group. But Cl is also slightly activating because it has minus A effect as well as slightly plus M also due to the lone pair of electrons. But here if you see, it won't deactivate here because the halogen atom is not directly bonded to the carbon of benzene ring. So that what you can say here, among all the structures, the substitution, electrophilic substitution will become more here. The groups that decreases the electron density on benzene ring will decrease the electrophilic substitution. So here we have that groups here, but here we don't have such group here. So that we can say that in benzyl chloride the electrophilic substitution is most favored. So the right option for the question number, this is actually 97, is A. Let us continue in the next class. Thank you.